Good day. This is Jordaline R. Paigani from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. And for today's presentation, I am going to tackle about our topic for today, which is the design and development of steel projected instructional materials. This topic belongs to Unit 5. So now let's begin our discussion. Steel projected instructional materials. What is steel projected instructional materials? There is a picture here, and can you guess what is steel projected instructional materials? Yes, steel projected instructional materials involve computers or technology. So these materials are made in media designs that can be enlarged, zoom in, and zoom out. So that's the steel projected instructional materials. So now, designing effective projected instructional materials. So since we are going to develop, how are we going to design our projected instructional materials? There are things to be considered in doing the instructional materials. So make presentation more effective by using computer-generated visual correctly by TELS in 2018. So, we can make presentation more effective, well organized by using computers. So there are the things that we should consider in designing the effective projected instructional materials. So first and foremost, we have here minimize words. Use bullet-pointed information and infuse your slide with pictures, clip art, or graphics, and break the content into multiple slides to make it easier to read. So, in making our steel projected instructional materials, we should minimize our words. Like, the words that we are going to use will be limited. The next is the illustrations, audio, video, graphics, and photographs. So it is connected to minimize words. We can use this illustration, audio, video, graphics, and photographs to minimize our words. Somehow, pictures is enough to explain the whole content. So, next, we have here the third one. Use the correct image size. So, in putting pictures in our presentation, we should consider the size of it. Pictures should be at least 72 pixels per inch. For print handout, use colorful photographs that are 300 pixels per inch. Then if we are going to use black and white photos, we can use the 150 pixels per inch is all that needs. So we have here the pictures. Then, take into account the presentation location. Presentation should be rehearsed where you can adjust your slides to fit the conditioned room. So in doing the rehearsal of our presentation, we should choose the exact room or the environment wherein our presentation will fit. For example, the pictures. The next, we have here the text size. We cannot just put some text on our presentation without considering the size. So it should be readable to audience. So in title, let's choose 28 to 48 points. Body will be 24 to 32 points. Subheadings, 20 points or higher. That are the size that we should consider in making our steel projected instructional materials. The next is the typeface. So typeface involves fonts. So in doing our presentation, we can use the fonts of sans serif fonts as Helvetica and Arial. We can also use Calibri Body and Times New Roman. We have also the italics. We should know when we are going to use italic. So use italic in computer screen, but in projected, avoid italic. When we are going to use computer, just laptops, PC, we can use italic. But when we are going to use projector, let's avoid use italic. Then, we should also know when to use the uppercase and the lowercase. We can use both, the upper and the lower. It depends upon our presentation on how will it be look so organized. The special effect. This is the last part that we are going to consider in making our still projected instructional materials, the sound effect. Then, the reveals and transitions. We have like animations, transitions. To have also here the background templates. So we can use backgrounds for it to be more catchy to the audience. Then, that's the picture that we are going to consider: the sound, the reveals and transitions, the background templates. To summarize, these are the things to be considered in developing still projected instructional materials. First is minimize words. Second is illustrations, audio, video, graphics, and photographs. The third one is use the correct image size. Then the fourth one is take into account the presentation location. Then the fifth one is text size. Should consider the text size. Then the sixth is the typeface. The seventh is the italic. Eight is the uppercase and the lowercase. The last one is the special effects. So that are the things to be considered in developing still projected instructional materials. There are 9. That's all our topic for today. I hope you learned something about how to create still projected instructional materials. Since we live already in 21st century wherein technology exists, we can use computers in presentation already as a student or teachers in sharing the knowledge or delivering the information to everyone. I would like to personally thank everyone who are with me in this moment of time. It is a pleasure to be my audience as I present my presentation. I hope you learned something about our discussion, and by the help of my presentation, you could able to do your own still projected instructional materials. Once again, thank you and have a glorious day to all. Sincerely yours, Jornaline Paigani.